Hey, Blue Rockers, welcome to Blue Rock Talk with Connie Willis. It is a Crypto Connie Tuesday. Is that right? It's Tuesday, right? I got to check that calendar. I tell you what. Woo! Yes, it is a Crypto Connie Tuesday. And you can not only get Crypto Connie Tuesdays, but also Wasted Wednesdays coming up, as well as Swellness Wednesdays. These are alternative medicines and alternative health that's going on, as well as the medicinal marijuana, a serious look at the cannabis industry. Also, Far Out Thursdays, remote viewing, UFOs, aliens, Bigfoot Friday speaks for itself. This is all across the board at 9 p.m. Eastern for those shows. And then Stan's Bible lecture at 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoons. We catch him tonight as Stan the Man, the Godfather of BitShares. Before that, though, we have Coast to Coast. I'm going to be on Coast to Coast on the 25th, so write that down. I've already got my guests, so don't be pestering me about, hey, can I go on, can I go on? No, I'm just kidding. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think you're really going to like the guests, and we're going to be able to ask them a lot of questions. And all I'm going to say is Rendlesham. That's it. That's all I'll tell you. Rendlesham. That'll be the key word for tonight. If you'd like to give to Blue Rock Talk, we have a Patreon account below that you can go to if you want to support me, and as well as we have merchandise too. And let me see, I think I can kind of pull that up for you. Look at that merchandise. Look at that. Hoodies, cool mugs, and there's also shirts. The link is down below. Even for you Bible Blue Rockers, we got a special mug for you there too. This is where if you'd like to give, and you can take care of all the neat little shows that we got going on. There's a link for that. And yeah, I think that's all of our updates there. I think we're good to go. Now let's go back to me here and say hello to you and let you know what we got going on for tonight. I'm excited about the show. I hope that you guys are as well. Let me get rid of, there we go. Nope, oh, here we go, here we come. So, we were talking about BEOS last week with another Dan the Man. Tonight we'll have Stan the Man. What's going on with these Stans and Dans? What's going on with that? And I didn't call Dan Notestein. Oh my gosh. See, we were kind of kidding about it because Stan told me one way to say his name. And then when I met Dan, I said, how do I say it? And he said, like this. He goes, but if you ask Stan, he'll say this. And he was right. So it was the opposite. So we'll bust on Stan a little bit for that. But we've been talking about BEOS, so let's go ahead and bring on Stan the Man Larimer, the Godfather of BitShares, and let's talk about what we need to talk about to catch up on BEOS and a part of the BitShares dynasty. Hey, Stan, how you doing?
Hey there, Crypto Connie, doing real good.
You sound so good. I know everybody that's inside the live chat, I know you already notice a difference. Isn't that awesome? That Stan he's getting back. Do you feel you're at 80% or 70% or 90% or?
Well, I suppose I'll have to admit to 80% or something.
That's not bad.
Yep, but hopefully I'm able to hang in there and give you some goodness tonight.
All right, bring on the goodness. We will take that. So last year, around the New Year's, we had, Gerald Celente is out there, and he always does these top trends of something, And so Stan the Man said, let's do top crypto trends. So we did that here on Blue Rock Talk on Crypto Connie, and we also did it on Coast to Coast. So we had a fun time with that. So now what we need to do is see if any of these things happened as Stan said. So you ready to do that, Stan?
Yeah, I sure am.
All right, okay. So those of you new here, subscribe and thank you. Bring some friends. And those of you that are here, hit that like button. And we will take questions. We will, make it kind of a short night. Make sure Stan's okay. But make sure you hit that like button too. And any questions, put in all caps so I can find it. So, okay, all right. So, Stan. All right, top 7 trends of 2018 that Stan said would work for 2018. Did they? Number 1, flight to safety from fiat abuse.
Yes, and I must say that we did not see that happen as much as we would expect or I expected. So it's going to carry over into 2019 as a trend that I still expect to see happen. Now, fiat abuse is, of course, governments printing money and people looking for ways to escape from what's happening with government fiat currencies. And so we're in the process right now of having gone through 2018 when I expected there to be a collapse of the dollar. We didn't see it happen, but I still think it is a major trend that will influence cryptocurrencies. People will be, of course, fleeing to gold and silver and precious metals of one form or another when the government currencies start to collapse. But we'll also see them fleeing to top quality cryptos at that time, because you won't be able to get your hands on physical gold and silver once this happens. And so the natural tendency will be to move into other things of safety. And so I'm going to move that into prediction for the coming year, and we'll just be late on when it all happens.
Okay, so trend number 2, you said you were talking about the flight to safety from crypto abuse.
Yes, because while crypto is good quality, crypto is good as a place to fly to safety, we've seen an awful lot of lesser than high quality cryptos out there. And these are the ones that will be being picked off as people have done ICOs on things that are not well defined and safe from a regulatory standpoint. So I think what we're going to see is a trend towards people wanting to own high quality cryptos. And certainly we've got some of the big names. Bitcoin will still be there as a, quote, high quality crypto, primarily because of its legacy reputation. It's going to still be around. We'll still have Ethereum and BitShares and a number of other top coins. And but we're going to see people moving to things that are basically regulator approved assets, real securities with real registrations on them. And so I think that we're going to see that. And as an example of a high quality coin would be Quintric and the Quint S, gold and silverback coins that are done in a rigorous regulatory approach so that they can be used as a nice stable currency. So I think we'll see a number of other coins like that. We're involved in, well, I don't know, maybe a half a dozen different projects, each of which is going to create an actual registered security that people will be able to use. So I think we'll see a flight to that type of coin as the kind of thing people are going to want to own. And that means away from things that don't have that kind of pedigree.
So you feel like you're 2 for 2 right now?
Well, 2 for 2. Yes, these things are still in the future.
True. Okay, yeah. So we're hanging on to that. If you're just now joining us, this is Blue Rock Talk with Connie Willis, and this is Crypto Connie Tuesday with Stan Larimer, the Godfather of BitShares. He's talking about the top crypto trends that he gave last year, this time, well, a little around before the new year, or right around the new year for 2018. So now we're checking to see how well he did. All right, we did those here on Blue Rock Talk, so you can always go back in the past to check it out. And we also did it on Coast to Coast. So, okay, all right. Trend number 3. There's one of them I can't wait to get to. I can't wait till you say something about that. But, okay, here we go. Trend number 3 is the dark side of trading freedom for safety.
Yes, we are in a situation where while we do want safety, we do want things that are going to be accepted by the regulators and so on. There's a dark side to that in terms of giving up a lot of our freedoms. And so we're going to see a continuous headbutting between these two trends, the trend towards safety and the trend towards freedom, where we have the ability to generate coins and tokens and use them with less regulation. And is something that I think we'll have to deal with, because we still have this desire to hold on to our freedoms, and that would mean having the ability to still generate coins and tokens that are free of regulatory constraints.
All I think of when I hear free is Jared. I think of Jared.
Yep. He certainly is currently suffering in his attempt to give people that kind of freedom. And so he's going to have to hang in there for a little while longer, I'm afraid.
Is there any update you can give us on that, or just catch up people on that briefly real quick?
Well, he's currently sitting in a jail in Dallas and being held there in solitary confinement. I did talk to him a little bit earlier today, and he's keeping up his good spirits and everything, but he certainly is being abused by the system right now.
Why does he have to be in solitary confinement?
That's just the thing they're trying to do is to break him, I think, and get him to cop a plea, and they denied him bail and left him to sit in a tiny closet of his cell. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, Jared, you probably don't get YouTube, but we're all thinking about you for sure. Blue Rocker signal to you, buddy. Okay, so if you're just now joining us, it's Crypto Connie Tuesday here on Blue Rock Talk, our most interesting conversations, people, places, and things. And Stan Larimer, the Godfather of BitShares, talking about the BitShares dynasty tonight and the top trends of 2018, the top crypto trends of 2018 that Stan gave us. And so we're going through them to see how well he did. So here's the one I've been waiting for him to get to. Okay, this is trend number 4. The great Bitcoin train wreck of 2018. I don't think it happened, do you? Is it still going to, or am I wrong?
No, it didn't happen at the extent that I expected it to happen. But we certainly have seen a train wreck in terms of the value of Bitcoin over where we were when we started the year. So, it has had somewhat of a train wreck, but not to the extent that I predicted. And that prediction was based on the fact that the Bitcoin was not going to be as useful as we might have thought. And so I'm afraid I'm going to have to let it go for this particular time. I do think that we're seeing people still using Bitcoin quite extensively. And the thing that the train wreck was mostly about is its inability to handle the increased load because of it's already saturated. So what we've seen is people are still able to use it by using surrogate Bitcoin. If you're doing most of your trading on Bitcoin on an exchange, you're not really moving Bitcoin around, you're using the exchange to move it around. And that gives it additional utility that it wouldn't have if you were always trying to trade it on the blockchain itself. So that is, I guess, the major factor that we have to face is that Bitcoin is a bit of a, well, it's still usable, but used on exchanges, and that gives it a new lease on life, if you will.
Huh. So, are you thinking it's still going to go down? I mean, just down totally, like the big train wreck, or?
No, I don't think it's going to go down much further. I think that it has found its niche. It will not be able to be a global currency because it's not going to be able to keep up with the load of increased traffic. But in terms of being a store of value that people can use as a reference currency, I think it'll serve in that for a number of years yet.
Yeah, it's interesting. Whenever I talk to anybody that knows nothing about cryptocurrency, they're like, huh, what? But if you go Bitcoin, they go, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's it. That's all they know, though. They don't understand blockchain, or it's so amazing. I've impressed myself giving people answers. You'd be proud of me, Stan. You'd be proud of me. You taught me. All right, so the top crypto 7 trends of Stan Larimer for 2018, going through them to see how well he's done. We are now at trend number 5, real-time institutional grade blockchains. Did we do that?
Yes, that is what we've been working on, and that is what BEOS is intended to be. Now, what we have had with things like BitShares and Steemit is real-time blockchains that can keep up with real-time events, and industrial grade, high performance. But what's the new trend for the BEOS type systems is institutional grade, where we have additional capabilities built into the system to make them more palatable for institutions. And one of the things that is ability to be regulatory compliant. And that is what the major features of the BEOS system is. And so we're going to see blockchains that are designed to be particularly useful to businesses. And that's, I guess, the key thing. We have with BEOS, we have the ability to take.
Here, I'll help you. Hey, what's wrong with you? Come on. Hey, wake up, wake up. Come on. Okay.
But, BEOS has built into it the ability to have jurisdictional utility so that businesses can have their projects and things execute in specific jurisdictions that are that they are compatible and compliant with. And then we're going to be doing some new things with the blockchain in terms of how we're going to issue it. And that will be some of the things that we've actually delayed for in order to get our necessary position in place. So what we have is several things that we'll be doing. We're going to issue it through a nonprofit organization, which will give us additional freedoms in terms of what type of regulatory compliance that we need to have. We're going to have it execute in a membership-based type organization, and we're going to use the ability to escrow the tokens inside the state of Utah, where we will be able to operate with just one money transmitter license. And so all of these different features that we're putting together will give us the ability to have people use this blockchain in a new and more secure way from a regulatory compliance standpoint.
So the BEOS blockchain. Oh, you know what? I'll save that for later. But you kind of made some statements. No, let me say it now. Okay, the BEOS blockchain, right? It's its own blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that kind of headed by you? Who heads that?
Well, it's not headed by me. I'm merely a advocate for it. Oh. It's being run by a company called Teradax, and Teradax is funding the development of it, and then turning it over to this new trust that we have that will be a nonprofit organization, which will operate it and proceed from there.
Okay, but you're a pretty big advocate of it, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I'm certainly somebody who is an evangelist for the concept, but I do not run it.
Okay, excellent. Well, I guess my point is there's a little Larimer name all over everything now. I love it. It's like the BitShares Larimer, then we got the Steemit, and then we got the BEOS in there too, and the EOS. So the Larimer name, if you find that, that's gold, people. That's gold. That's gold. All right, so I was just trying to get to that compliment there. All right, so Blue Rock Talk with Connie Willis, Crypto Connie Tuesday. Stan Larimer with us. Hit that like button. Subscribe for all the other neat little shows we have too. Right now, Stan is talking about the top 7 crypto trends that he said would happen in 2018. So now we are at trend number 6. Easy adoption and good customer support.
Yes. This is something that's sorely needed, and I had hopes to see more of it happen in the past year, but this is the thing that's going to cause people to come into the industry and adopt it. And so we're in the process of wanting to build that type of capability, but we didn't get it done in this past year either. And I think that that is still a place where we will see in the coming year, especially with our Quintric system, where we've got a lot better capability to sign on and get good support from our Quintric organization, and the ability to have gold-backed stable coins also, I think, are going to get better and better as we go along. So that's our main success story for the year is Quintric, and you can go there and get good customer support right now.
Yeah, I'm still looking forward to. Are we still going to be able to do that webcam to where we can all look through that webcam to all the gold inside there in the vault?
Yeah, I believe that's still on the schedule.
All right, looking forward to that. Okay, top crypto trends, 7 of them, by Stan Larimer at in 2018. This is what he predicted. So we're going over them. So now we are at number 7. We're at the last one. Okay.
Yep.
Here we go. Regulation is dead. Long live regulation.
Yep, I'm afraid that our desire to be free of regulation is not something that is going to be happening. I think we're going to see new ways to coexist with regulators, and that is something that we're going to have, and we'll be doing that in a number of different ways. Certainly by carefully selecting which regulatory regime our systems operate in with jurisdictional agility, and then with our creation of actual registered securities that will be done using Reg A and Reg D type regimens to get to the point where we have something that will be compatible with the regulators. And then our new strategy of implementing things and issuing certain coins under a 501c3 type nonprofit organization gives us another layer of regulatory compliance that I think we can all live with. So I think that that particular trend will continue into the coming year as we learn to live with regulators.
So how do you feel like you did with all those 7 trends? You think you were above 50%?
No, I don't think that any of them happened very well. Okay.
You suck, okay. Stan. What's going on? What happened?
Right. But I do think that these are still valid things to think about in the coming year.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to double down and say, okay, these are all trends for the coming year.
That's too easy. That's like, that is just convenient. How convenient. Who was that, the church lady in Saturday Night Live? How convenient. Somebody tell us that in the live chat room. So, no, you know what? But I think you're right to even do that, because from what I've learned, I still think you're right on track with all of that. And it's just, I agree with you. I'm actually surprised that some of those things didn't happen already. So, yep, I think you're right to go ahead and claim them for next year.
We'll compare them again at the end of next year and see how we did.
I will save this little list. So BEOS equals EOS for business.
Yes, that's something that, I don't know if you got that little display that you can put up there, that little logo thing that we've got.
Yeah, you want to show the logo? Okay, let's show the logo.
Yeah, put that up there, but, you know, well, BEOS may stand for and this is the very thing that I was talking about with institutional grade capability. We want to have things like high quality nodes that are operated by various businesses which are in our ecosystem, so that we have a higher quality type of operations. And so BEOS gives us all of these different new features that will aid business in adopting it. And so, you know, we think that it's going to not have some of the same governance issues that regular EOS may have, in terms of having a little bit more control over who is going to vote on and control the system. With a number of different companies that we have, certainly we'll have Quintric and well, there's a bunch of other companies that we are going to be announcing in the next few months. And so Sovereign Sky is one of them, and Ruan is another one that is a social media app, and Ubiquitous is one that does 3D printing. So each of these things will be companies that will be behind not only using the tokens in high quality, regulatory compliant way, but also running the
You got it?
Yeah.
Were you reading it? No. Were you reading
no.
it? Did you lose it on the bifocals?
No.
I would have.
No, just running into some dead air time on my brain.
Oh, okay.
So, but
that's okay.
So at any rate, at this point, I'd be happy to take any questions that people might have.
Yeah. Well, so we still got, you know, we missed so much time in between. We lost all the, you know, that little momentum we all kind of lost along the way. We're bringing it back up again. So that is the Sovereign Sky. And gosh, Mark Babbitt with the CryptVisor, CloudCoin, Sean Worthington. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones too. Well, stuff with Quintric that we worked on with Rogue Team and all that. Anyway, all sorts of things. So, yay, it's good to hear you say that these things are still in the works. They're still moving forward, and even more things. I'm really looking for the satellite, by the way, before we get back into anything. Is the satellite up there, ready to go?
Yep, the satellite was put in orbit on December 3rd.
December 3rd.
And we are currently in the process of getting a license to put up another batch of, I think, about 32 different satellites that will be put up under the Sovereign Sky logo. And so we will be moving onto that satellite over the next 5 months. So sometime around about the 4th of July is when we should be able to go live with that satellite.
And tell people why it is so cool that you are going to be doing this.
Well, the main reason for it is that any transaction that you want to have execute in international space can be done so. We'll have lots of other places where you could choose to execute, like in Utah, under the Utah laws, which are very favorable for crypto. And we have a number of other places around the world, Ireland and Canada.
Yeah, Canada. Canada.
We'll have one node executing in the bunker up there.
Jonathan's bunker.
Jonathan's bunker, and so you can pick and choose where you want to have your smart contract execute, and so that's going to give us a lot more flexibility in where everything happens, and that should allow businesses to be able to pick and choose where they want their compliance to be.
Is that, Stan, is that kind of like when people have a ton of money and they want to put it outside of the United States somewhere for whatever all the reasons are that billionaires will do that? Is it kind of the same thing?
Well, in this case here, if you want to do different types of transactions, a good example is the cruise ships. When they pull into port, shut down their casinos, and when they go off into international waters, they're able to start them up and run them until they get to the next port, and then they shut them down again.
It makes no sense, does it? Those things still work when you get to the port for some reason, but you can't do it. You have to unplug.
And so you could use that same philosophy for any type of transaction that may or may not be approved of in different jurisdictions. Put them in space where there's no such constraint.
As of now, yay, right? One day someone's going to try to do that. All right, so let's hit some questions over here. Hey, Blue Rockers, welcome to Blue Rock Talk with Connie Willis, Crypto Connie Tuesday. Stan, the man, Larimer, the Godfather of BitShares, talking more about the BitShares dynasty, and we were talking about BEOS, and of course earlier what he did was the top crypto trends of 2018. We were just comparing him, and he has moved them into the top crypto trends, 7 of them for 2019. So hang in there with him. I did put them in the link below. All right, we got a question here. Betty A, by the way, very happy to see you. She says, is Steemit dying? I hear Dan is working on Steemit. What will this mean? Steemit 2. What will this mean for the original platform? He's working. Is it your Dan or another Dan?
No, I believe Dan has been talking about putting some Steemit alternatives, Steemit 2, onto his EOS platform. And so if that happens, then that will compete probably directly with the existing Steemit. And whether or not the current Steemit system continues will be a function of whether they get control over certain trolls that live on Steemit that want to abuse their power to downvote people and cause trouble and dissension. So there are a few problems that the current Steemit system has that I think will be maybe fixed in the new version that Dan's talking about.
Wow. Yeah, you put together this stuff so you don't have to deal with that kind of thing, I think. But people find a way. So you think he can actually get rid of trolls?
Well, it all depends on how the particular trolls that were there were people who got an early stake and have too much power, I guess is the way to say it, and power that they didn't earn. They got it early by mining the coin, and they didn't earn it by being good citizens and publishing, which is how you'd like to see it done. So hopefully that mistake won't be made next time.
Okay. Yeah, I've been working hard for my 67. I'm at a rating of 67. I think I surpassed you. I think.
No, I'm a 71.
No, you had to be taken under before I could do that, though. 20,000 leagues under the sea. Those of you that have been staying with us, you'll know what that little inside joke's all about. All right, Dr. Mulder's in the house, too, talking about things looking good, sounding good. Okay, Cy Mangesta. Getting old. I can't see you from far away, Stan. Any chance in connecting up with Liberland? Does that make sense with you, Liberland?
I'm not sure what. I mean, I guess there's a place over in Eastern Europe that may be what you're talking about.
He said he went on to say, assuming Liberland would have the infrastructure.
Well, there's certainly no reason why it couldn't use the type of systems that we're providing, but we don't have any relationship with them right at this time.
Okay. Those of you that have a question, please put it in all caps so I can see it from afar, and do that now. So I want to go back to BEOS, and I want to ask you what's going on with the distribution. Is it? I went to the dentist today, and I still got the Novocaine thing going on. So I was talking to somebody else, like, and I had to explain it. It's like I'm still hurting here. Why is the distribution of BEOS delayed still, or are you ready with a launch date?
Well, we're ready to launch it as far as our ability to distribute it and to get the node up, but we don't want to do that until we've done the work to get a nonprofit organization in place that can be the issuer. And so that's something that we're in the process of filing the paperwork for, and as soon as that comes back, then we'll be able to proceed. So it's probably still a few weeks away.
Okay, well, tell us anything else we might need to know about BEOS?
I think that's something that we covered pretty good with Dan Notestein last week. BEOS is a revolutionary new middle chain that sits between BitShares and EOS and allows us to make tokens portable across multiple chains so that you can move your tokens out of the BitShares smart coin factory into the BEOS chain and execute smart contracts on them in space or any other jurisdiction that you want them to happen on. So that's the fundamental nature of what BEOS is. And we're giving it away to anybody who wants to take their BitShares and move them onto the chain. While your BitShares are on the chain, you earn a rainfall of free BEOS tokens. And so that's how we're going to distribute them without doing an ICO. We're not selling any coins, we're just giving them all away.
Okay, but you have to trade them out for BitShares.
No, you put your BitShares on the BEOS chain.
Oh.
And while they're sitting there, you get matching shares of the BEOS. that are be given out for a period of 89 days.
Okay, okay. It's kind of like when I take BitShares, move it over, like I want to cash it out, so I move it through blockchain, or I trade it with block trade. Somebody's kidding me about the drool. No, I don't have that. But it's like me taking off the BitShares blockchain, my BitShares, through block trades to trade it with Bitcoin, and then from there I leave it into Coinbase to take it into my bank. Okay, so you're saying, well, you take your BitShares from your BitShares wallet and you put it in the BEOS wallet. And let's say I put 1,000 of them in there. When the rainfall happens, I get 1,000. I get whatever I put in, I get that.
You get a percentage compared to the total number of people that have put stuff in. So if you put 1,000 BitShares in and everybody else has put 100,000, then you would get 1% of the handout for each day.
And those people will be putting that much in there too, won't they?
Well, yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that will be there lining up to collect the rainfall, that's for sure.
Yeah. Is there like a limit? Or I know there's 89 days, right?
89 days, you divide that up into 2.5 billion BEOS tokens, and that number, 1/89th per day, will be handed out.
So is that how it works? You get so many of a coin. If you're going to have it, create your own coin, and is that how it works? Is once you get those, you acquire the coins, is to get rid of all of them and distribute them, and that's how it builds because it's out there and people are using them?
Well, once we've given them all out, then they will be free to trade, and people will establish a market for them, and we'll see what the value becomes.
Okay. So, do they actually throw all of them out, or do they save a little bit? Does that help to save?
Well, no, you would the whole reason for doing this is because we expect the people to who participate in this to be inclined to hold on to them. And so we're not just giving them out to everybody who might dump them. We're giving them out to people who want to participate and put their BitShares where their mouth is, so to speak.
That's right. Spoken to you by Stan the man. Okay, back just a couple more questions here. Make sure you put them all in caps so I can see them. You got some dogs back there going hunting, or what? You got somebody shooting some birds outside, or what's going on there, Stan?
Yeah, I've got a blue heeler that barks this time of night every night. I'm not sure what's out there, whether it's a possum or a bear, but there's something out there.
Bigfoot, Mr. Virginia. What, Virginia or West Virginia?
Virginia.
Virginia. There's Bigfoot out there. You go ask the dog. He'll All right. Do you have a suggestion for a wallet to get started with BitShares?
Yeah, I mean, you can go to the BitShares.org site and download the official wallet right there. And
go to the links below, the little Connie one, and be a lifetime member, by the way. That's real effective.
And then we'll have our own BEOS wallet that will be made available as soon as we're ready to launch.
All right, okay. Yeah, there's a link down below in the description, and click on that, and then I'm not sure where you find the lifetime membership. I know people have hit that link and they've looked for that, and I had to have somebody else help me too, but make sure you look for that. Now, when you do have questions with BitShares, BEOS, Quintric, any of the BitShares Dynasty chains, blockchains, monies, coins, go to Telegram, and I have links down there below as well for the Telegram links, and you can ask your questions, and you'll get the answers really quickly. People are really on the ball, aren't they, in there, Stan?
Yeah, they're really good at helping people who show up and ask nice, honest questions.
Yes. Please don't make me feel dumb when I go in there and go, what's a BitShare? It is funny, I'll see that once in a while. What's a BitShare? And I'm like, oh, please be nice, because they really don't know and they want to know. It's a new person that's going to get on BitShares. All right, so we're good to go. I'm excited about the old 7 trends going to be for 2019, because I got to tell you, from what I've learned from you, I agree. I think it just hasn't done it enough. Thank all of you Blue Rockers out there being a part of Crypto Connie Tuesday and Blue Rock Talk. Please share this with your friends. I want to also just say, hey, Stan, thank you for being here and giving us your energy. And you sound so much better. I guess you went to a new medication and now you're just feeling a whole lot better.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of sluggishness in me, but I think I'm able to participate at an increasing level over time.
You do. You sound great. You look good. Let's see. So you made it through all the holidays. What do we got next? We got Valentine's Day. Groundhog's Day.
Yep.
What? That's true. We do.
Yep.
That's right. I was living in Philly before that. We had the Phil. What is it? Phil Tuckett? What?
Punxsutawney Phil.
That's it. I knew you would know that.
Yeah, I grew up within a half hour of Punxsutawney, so we played him in high school football and everything else.
So if it sees its shadow, what's the rules there?
Well, if it sees its shadow, he goes back in, and we have 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't, he stays out, and spring is just around the corner. But, of course, when I ask my dad, well, how long is just around the corner? He says about 6 weeks.
Oh, it's so true. I know, right? I would always go, hey, wait a minute, big scam. It is interesting how I mentioned what's the next holiday? You think of Groundhog's Day, and as a chick, I think of Valentine's Day. Isn't that something? Such a dude. Such a dude.
Yep. I'll have to remember Valentine's Day is coming up too.
We'll chisel that into you. That's hilarious. Well, Stan, thank you very much. It is good to see you as always. And we'll see you definitely on Stan's Bible lecture on Sunday, 2 p.m. Ain't Your Daddy's Bible study, by the way. And by the way, Stan, I got people that want to debate you on some things. What do you think of that? When you get ready for that, let me know.
Happy to do it anytime.
Okay, make sure you're strong so you can really nail them. And then we'll be back with Crypto Connie, but on next Tuesday. But if anything happens between now and then with any type of breaking news, because it sounds like the launch could happen like any minute kind of thing, or
no, we'll give people probably a week's notice.
Okay.
And then there'll be a week after the chain launches before we start the rainfall, so people can get their BitShares positioned, ready to collect rain.
Oh, right. It feels like a competition now. It's feeling like it's going to be a competition. I like that. All right. Okay. Well, thank you, Stan. We'll be talking to you again here soon. Thanks for being here.
Sure thing.
Have a good night. Get some rest. Stan Larimer, the godfather of BitShares, over the dynasty, the man, feeling great again, looking good, and so happy to see him here once again. Hey, want to remind you guys, don't forget to pick up some Blue Rock Talk merchandise. We got it now. Hoodies and shirts and some mugs. I want to get hats. I know. I want to. I get it. You guys want hats. It's not easy. It's a little different. You got to use a little kind of different graphics. So I think I might have that, but I'll be working on it for you. And if you would like to give and support Blue Rock Talk, keep it alive. We got you can donate in crypto, as well as you can go to Patreon as well and go from there and give it in crypto. I kind of like that in crypto. It's kind of fun that way, It's not as fun right now because it's so low, so maybe I'll hodl that. But between now and then, we have got coming up, this is Crypto Connie Tuesday, so we have Wasted Wednesdays and Swellness Wednesdays coming up soon. Not yet. Got some special things for you. One is a serious look at the cannabis industry. The other one is alternative medicines. Yeah, they kind of go together, but there's going to be a bit of a difference on there, and they will alternate on Wednesdays. We have our Far Out Thursdays with all sorts of really far out things, and then we have Bigfoot Fridays, always fun. Got more of that coming up, more evidence on the way, more than you could imagine, and also orbs. I don't know how to put the orbs on Bigfoot Friday or the Far Out Thursday because, they kind of go with all of them. You see them with the ghosts, you see them with UFOs, you see them with Bigfoot. But I hope that you guys that are new here, that are in the crypto world with the open mind, that you'll join us on these shows and see what you think. It'll be nice. We appreciate that. Those of you that subscribe are called a Blue Rocker. You are in the know. And don't forget as well, Stan's Bible Lecture, Sundays at 2 p.m. here on Blue Rock Talk with Connie Willis. All right, you guys, take care. Have a safe and happy rest of the day. I'm going to be seeing you soon. I'm looking forward to it. Also, Coast to Coast AM, I'll be back on January 25th. Talk to you soon.